Good morning, everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to ask you to support one of our affiliate partners, CHOQ, C-H-O-Q. This company uses the finest organic, non-GMO ingredients in their products. Our featured product today is CHOQ Lit Powder. I use it every morning in my coffee, making it the most nutritious coffee mocha on the planet. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. To find out more, click the link below. They have sales all the time, so hurry and get yours today. Thank you. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. I sure did. Slept throughout the night. Woke up with the sun shining in the windows. Beautiful, beautiful day. It's going to be wonderful. Hey, guess what? Today we're going to be continuing to learn a bit more about what God might have been thinking when he was creating the universe. We're going to move ourselves into his spot and try to understand and hey, what's going on here? It's going to be really, really cool. You're going to discover some things that'll make you think. Make you go, maybe Reverend Dr. Ken has something going on here. Maybe, or maybe Reverend Dr. Ken has something going on here. Either way, it's gonna be an interesting take. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So, we are reading in the book of Genesis. So, chapter 1, the creation, and what we're trying to do is get a better understanding of the mind of God. Day 1 and 2, we learned a few things that was kind of interesting. Like trying to, noticing how this is a process of raising in frequency, raising an emotional tone. I'm going to point out something here that was really cool. But we're raising our energy frequency, our emotional tone, from apathy through anger, through connection, and also as we're doing this, we're also going through the 8 dynamics that L. Ron Hubbard explained to us. The self, sex and intimacy, groups, mankind, all of these things. I know. But here we go. We're going to dive right into it. You're going to love this. I'll put on my magic glasses so I can see the Word of God more clearly. Ooh. Okay. Verse 9, if you're following along. Chapter 1. Verse 9. God said, "Let the waters beneath the heaven be gathered into one area, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Yesterday we talked about how this could be also an analogy for the way that the fetus is developed. How we go through the stages of the, we start out with a fertilized egg, and then the cells start to divide. Okay. Now, here's where we're at right here. We're at the point to where the earth, which we discussed before, anything that has to do with earth has to do with physical things. Okay? Anything that's water is spiritual things. So let the firmament in the midst, that was 2. God said, "Let the waters beneath the heaven be gathered into one area, and let the dry land appear." Okay? Now, if you look at the development of the egg, it starts with everything gathering into one area. Water is separated from the things. You see? So if you look at the picture of the fertilized egg, what is it? There's water on the outside. It's a disc. Here inside we have the land. We have the egg that's in the center of it, where all the things are starting to happen. Okay. And it was so, and God called the dry land earth, and to the gathering of the waters he called seas. If you think of it as, still envisioning in your mind what's going on here, gathering all up to one place, separating all these things and calling them different. Now, we could call it amniotic fluid. We could call it extrastential fluid. But the distinction that we're making here is that there's a solid thing and then there's a liquid thing. We have a particle and a wave. Particle and a wave existing in a similar space. And God saw that it was good. When God made the firmament, he didn't say it was good. When he called to the light and the darkness, he said it was good. But the firmament, he didn't say it was good. The second day, didn't say it was good. The third day, he saw, once the earth and the waters were where they were supposed to be, we called the dry land earth, called the water seas, and he saw that it was good. Now, what's going through the mind of God right now? What is this feeling? What's happening here? So we're seeing him starting to bring these physical things into being. Starting to label them, starting to create their structure. Starting to put all this stuff together. This is the beginning. And what's happening with God here? Think he's excited? Think he's having fun? I would think so. I mean, here he is. He's kind of like, oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. Look, I'm gonna separate these waters. I'm gonna do this, and I have this really great idea. I'm gonna make something. Think of how exciting it is when people build train sets. Okay, or when you're working out in your yard and you're doing the landscaping, or if you're building a house. Or if you're building a business, how excited you are, and all these things that you want to occur here. And then as it goes on, says, let the earth sprout vegetation, herbage yielding seed, fruit trees yielding fruit each after its kind, containing its own seed on the earth, and it was so. Now, when we relate this to the fetus development, now when the fetus starts, it's on a disc. It's flat. I know. Well, wait a minute, isn't an egg round? Not at this point. It's not. And I don't think it ever is. But once it starts dividing, it's flat. It starts dividing in this disc, and each one of those areas that's on that disc is a different organ inside the body. The back of it is your spine. See, the back of it is the spine. And so, but each part, this is where the organs start to develop. Okay? And the things on each side of your body start to develop. Okay? As the cells continue to divide. And each one of those cells has seed inside it to make more of its own. What's your DNA? Your DNA, that structure, that seed, that thing that makes sure that liver cell, it continues to make liver cells, and nothing but liver cells. Seed of its own. You see, and it's, I know. When you think it's flat, kind of like the Earth is. I don't know. You know, when I'm at 40,000 feet in an airplane, you know, the horizon's flat. They make a good point. So, but just like the egg is, you know, what do they call that? It's not an ovum yet, is it? What is that? That is it starts the site blastocytes. That's what it starts to create. Yeah, and then at 4 weeks it becomes a fetus. So for this 4 week period of time, you know, the fetus is developing, but it's flat. And each one of those organs has cells, has DNA in it so that it will create seed of itself. Yeah. I know. But isn't that exciting? It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And the seed of its own, and it was so. And the earth brought forth vegetation, herbage yielding seed after its own kind, trees yielding fruit, each containing its seed after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, and there was the third day. So here, God has created something that is self-sustaining. It continues to grow. Seed bearing seed within itself. So it has the ability to procreate. See? That's dynamic too. Cool, huh? I know. Procreation, sex. Yeah. And when you apply this to the earth, if you're looking at this as he's creating the earth, you know, this world, we'll say this world, then you can see that the world, the earth world, is self-sustaining. It's a symbiotic sphere that everything is relying on everything else for its existence. Continually go on. It's the same thing in our bodies. I know. Wasn't that wild? Same thing in our bodies. So, did you know that when the fetus is almost done, it goes like this. It's flat, Everything's there. The spine is in the back of it. What it does is it comes and it goes, and then it starts developing the fetus. I know. I didn't know it either till I learned it in school. You should have learned it in school too. Yep. And then it all folds into right there. And you get this. That's why you have this line. Right and left sides of your body. Didn't know that, did you? Mm-hmm. Yep. Essentially, you're a donut. I know. So, okay. So now we're at the stage to where God has created this self-sustaining thing. It can, yeah. It's fully able to take care of itself. Yep. Programmed with it goes to a certain size and then it just perpetually creates. Same thing, all the organs in your body do the same thing. All your cells in the body. Yeah. You kind of know this instinctively because every 7 years they say that you have a new skin. You have all the organs inside your body are brand new compared to the organs that you had 7 years ago. Because the cells are constantly dividing and constantly growing. Stem cells, that's where the stem cells come from. See? And they have the DNA programming in them to make the different organs. I know, pretty cool, right? Now, doesn't that seem exciting? Now think about, why did God do this? Why did God create these things? Why is this? Moses was receiving this information from God on Mount Sinai when he was up there for so long writing these books. God had to teach him he knew how to spell pretty well, but I guess Moses was having trouble being a scribe. Come on, wait. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, here you are. You're up on top of this mountain, and you're talking with a supreme being, right? And he's saying, "Here, I want you to take some dictation for me. Here, Moses, write this down." And he starts telling this story. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is we're going to take working in the quantum field. We're going to start on with the unified field line. Here is this line of demarcation. We're going to call the unified field, we're going to call it a firmament. Okay? We're going to call that firmament heaven because, it's a really, really good thing. All right? So we're going to call it heaven. And then Moses is like, whoa, hold on. Wait a minute. What? What is this unified field thing that you're talking about? And God's like, okay, fine. Let me break it down into an analogy that you could understand. Okay? I'm gonna explain to you how creation works in such a way to where you can understand. So God uses the elements to describe it. Uses something that Moses and the people of the time could basically understand. And for us to do the research to find out exactly what he means here. Quantum physicists will tell you that, once we got down there, we're like, there's intelligence here. Once he started looking deeper into it, they're like, there's only one. Right? Look at it. Don't trust me. I'm a storyteller. So So God is explaining to Moses what's going on here in a language that Moses can understand. You know, and you notice while I'm telling the stories, I'm making it more accurate. Water is wave, particles, wave, water's waves, earth, particles. Particles and waves. No, they behave differently. Waves are the spiritual side of things, the woo-woo stuff. Earth is the physical side of things. You see? So when we apply that to our understanding in the book of Genesis, it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting that. And now we're at the stage where God has created this object that has the ability to be self-sustaining forever, continually, perpetually going boop, 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 boop. Big old wagon wheel. Okay? I know, really cool. You have a deeper understanding of God now? You know, how he must have been feeling while he was creating these things and what was going on in the mind of Moses while he was writing these things. And he's like, whoa, hold on, man. You're talking way over my head. You guys like, okay, well, let me break it down let me get my crayons so I can show you Moses. Guys, can you slow down a little bit? I can't keep up. It's not like he had a computer, you know, and be typing. Oh, well, he with a feather. And, okay. All right. So tomorrow it's going to be really cool. Day 4. What happens day 4? Don't read ahead. Well, go ahead, read ahead if you want to. Try to form your own opinions. Think about what you think. What would you be thinking at this point in time? Isn't it cool? Isn't it amazing? All right. Well, I hope you had fun. And please share, like, and subscribe. And support our affiliate partners because that helps us keep these things going. All the proceeds go to help the church and the medical ministry or healthcare ministry that we have. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Please share, like, and subscribe. And until we meet again, I wish you well. Hey, before you go, I wanted to remind you to click the link below to try chocolate powder. It's full of vital nutrients that'll help jumpstart your day. They have sales all the time, so hurry and get yours today. Thanks.